Cool. I'm live and I am live. Okay. So, how about chat? I think it's the same URL, if I'm not mistaken. Close in Safari. New window. This one. Let's do the studio live chat. Okay. So content live and this one and no. Create go live. Yeah. Go live. How about chat? Close that. And hey Tong, how is it going? It's going pretty good. How about you? It's going pretty good.
Minus 0.
I have some issues with my OBS, which like when I stream, it lags a lot because it's using a lot of resource. And Windows Server. What's Windows Server? Okay. Windows Server. I have no idea what's Windows. Going well too, studying for finals. I see. Well, good luck for your exam. Try to get all A's. And yeah, hope you do give it your best. I have been running out of RAM recently. I have noticed that Windows Server has using a lot of RAM and CPU users. It was Windows. Okay, so this is taking a lot of things. So not necessarily OBS, but Windows Server is taking a lot of things. So how do I use? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why it's using a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Weird, 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 weird. It's 0. Supposed to be 2. Okay. Let's see. It should be dot. It should be 1, I think. It should be 1. 1 seems right. Not 2. Yeah. All right. So, whoop. Cool.
0.0. It should just reset it to 0. Now it just stops at 0.0. Back to the actual thing we were doing about the fade bars. Sorry about the little detour. I just totally forgot about it. Yeah, so we were doing something about fade.
Is it this thing taking a lot of memory? Okay, let me see which kernel. Okay, Windows Server is taking a lot of memory. This is taking a lot of memory as well. Okay, this is taking a lot of CPU. This is CPU time. Okay, this is taking a lot of CPU threads. Memory. Okay. Unity and okay. Energy. OBS. This. Okay, Windows Server is taking a lot of okay. Windows Server taking Okay, so how about if I close this? That'll be better. Okay, it decreases. Let's decrease still. Second monitor. This is all the monitor. It's a webcam, right? Okay, it decreases. Cool. It's because of Safari. Safari crap. So YouTube, Twitch, this. YouTube go there, Twitch goes there. And then just go live. Yep. Pop out the chat. And we got ourselves a cool thing. All right. So Windows Server, I still. All right. So it's decreased. It's okay. It's not that bad, right? Okay. So right. Okay. Okay. So now the mouse is good. Fantastic. Lovely. Lovely. Swing. Okay. Stop casting. So time pass is the interval in second from a last frame to a current one. So we set it, and then we have the rate, we have the progress if the progress is less than 1, and then you do matplotlib to have a cool animation while you plus the rate with the this time. So whenever you cast spell, so cast spell is called here, and then whenever you click a button, you trigger this. All right, clicking action. Okay, this feel way smoother. All right, okay, love it. And I have 8 gigs of action button, action bar, clicking action bar, trigger this. Right. Okay, we start the coroutine, and we have the progress index. We start the coroutine. We have this time, so whenever you click it, and then time plus delta time, so you're plussing the delta time. Okay, and then cast the text. You have to spell that text minus the thing. Well, which is spellbook. Hmm? Cast time, okay. So what would be the past time? I'm curious to know อยากรู้ว่า pastime คืออะไรสงสัย run กดผู้เล่นยิงปุ๊บ pastime ปุ๊บ1.5 ถ้าเป็น clear อันนี้เป็น1ก็คือกำลัง pastime ก็คือตอนเราบวกเราก็คือ add ไปเรื่อยๆจนกว่าจะถึงเลข1ใช่เพราะเลข1มันก็จะออกก็แอดไปเรื่อยๆพอแอดไปเรื่อยๆก็แปลว่าถ้าเราแอดไปเรื่อยๆถ้าเราลบกับอันนี้ก็คือเราจะเหลือเวลาใช่เราจะเหลือเวลาที่เราต้องอันนี้ก็คือเราถ้าเรายิงปุ๊บจะเหลือเวลานั้นเพราะเรากำลังแอดและเรากำลังลบกับ1 นาทีก็คือเวลาเหลือโอเคแล้วถ้าเวลาน้อยกว่า0เราโอเคอันนี้เอาก็แค่แอดไปแต่ว่า pastime นี่คือถ้าเราไม่มี เราไม่เซต pastime เลยมันก็จะเป็นเราก็เซต pastime ไปก่อน I see
Fading. So how do we fade it? We don't need to set the fill amount down here in the fade bar. So basically we should just replace some of this. So comment this out for now and jump back. So if we select the background here, we can add a new component called a canvas group. A canvas group groups everything under it's under the child objects as one group, so we can change the alpha, which is one of the things we can do. So you can see the alpha here is 1, and if I would lower this, it will fade out, and if I increase it, it fades back.
So canvas group and you have the alpha. Cool. Really cool.
Because I have the canvas group on the parent object. So that's exactly what we're going to. We are going to change the alpha. So go back to your script, and maybe you have already guessed it. We need to create a canvas group up here. So private canvas group.
So we have, and as we go to private, so serialize field, private canvas group, canvas group.
Canvas group. Looks wrong. Yeah. Oh, and you switched. Could see that something's wrong. Wasn't just sure what was wrong. Canvas group. And if we save this, just serialize the field and save it. Jump down here
Stop
and
casting.
we say, instead of casting bar dot fill amount, we say canvas group dot alpha.
Oh, I see. So when you fade the bar, you say canvas alpha.
So now we are talking. Now we can set the alpha here. And yeah, basically this will set the alpha, so that makes sense. And I also think we should start when we start casting.
Oh,
up here. We can also say actually, let's not do that right now. Let's see if it works first. So if we go back here, and it should start at 0, so we don't need to reset it actually. And we increase it. There we go. And it goes from maximum. Let's just set the fill. Sorry. Select the casting the background and set it to 0 from the start. And let's see what happens here. And it doesn't show up. So you know why it doesn't show up? Because we're not executing the function. Sorry about that. So we're never.
So we have fade bar. So whenever we cast a spell, no. When we have the progress fade. Okay, not sure.
Calling fade bar anywhere. So where should we call it? Well, it makes sense to call it after we start the spell routine. So let's start it here. Start coroutine. Fade bar. Maybe you already figured this and you're sitting and thinking what the hell I was doing because I forgot to do that. Again, sorry. So let's see, we have the fade bar and now we're executing it. So now we should see the bar fade in when we start casting.
Okay, now we should see the bar fade in. That's what he said. Am I back up today? Okay. So click here. The bar doesn't fade in. It hasn't been assigned. Now the spell book, the variable has. Wait, is it? Now the bar should fade in nicely. Lovely สวยครับผมโคตรสวยเฟดเข้ามาปุ๊บแล้วก็ตอนแรกเราก็ต้องเซตให้อันนี้จะเป็น0ก่อนหลังจากนั้นเราก็ไม่มีอะไรแล้วพอเรายิงมันจะเฟดขึ้นมาฟืบเฟดขึ้นมาฟืบเฟดขึ้นมาปึ๊บโอเค
Oh, wait. The variable canvas group spellbook has not been assigned. Yay, we also forgot that. So select the player.
rename tmux rename session. Okay, rename session current name to new name. Current name is what? 0. New name is Unity. No. Rename session T is 0 and Unity. Cool. And I want to create a new session with a name. Emacs new session with name. And then I can do -s would be live streaming. Streaming. So streaming. Okay. So actually, I just need Notion, and then I'll be good. Notion. Okay, Notion. Look at that. So, okay, exit. Tmux. No, Tmux attach Unity. Okay. Personal home, and we have page. Oops. And then daily to do. June 1. Okay. And we have, well, Pomodoro session 1 until session 2, 3, 4, 6, 10. So streaming is done.
Find the canvas group, the background you need to, and there we have it. So now you can see it's actually fading in right now, casting function, because that's already called, and new coroutine underneath here called fade routine.
Okay. Fade routine. We need this one. Fade routine. Then I want it to stop casting. Well, if you stop casting, you stop this too. So stop coroutine and stop coroutine. This.
Fade routine.
Okay. So if fade.routine is this, then fade.routine set to no. Cool.
So our row, so reset it. And then
Canva group dot out. Oh, oops. Canvas canvas group dot alpha 0. So when you stop, you set it to 0 and then fit. Okay.
So now the bar should disappear when we start moving, and it should also disappear when we're done casting. So I'm done casting, it goes away, and if I start moving, it stops. So now I can interrupt my spells as I usually could without any problems, as you can see. And I can finish them off if I want to. There we go. So that's it. Now we have a working casting bar. Please let me know if you find any bugs with this, and then we will of course fix them. But I think I've hammered all the keys and everything and tried my best to make it bug out, but I haven't found any bugs yet. Yeah, so
that's really cool. Saved. Casting bar. Boom.
in this section of the tutorial, we will create a unit frame for our enemies and a health bar for our enemies. So that means whenever I target an enemy, there will pop up a unit frame up here, and there will be a health bar over the enemy's head, so that I can see which one of these enemies I have selected. Before we start preparing the project to do that, I would like to show you a bug, and I would like to fix that bug. Right here I have two enemies, and if I select this enemy over here, and I start casting and select the other enemy over here before I'm done, then I'm actually able to throw a spell behind myself. And because of this bug, I'm also pretty sure that I would be able to throw a spell at an enemy that runs away from me. So let's say I have this enemy on target and he runs behind the wall while I'm casting. Well, then the cast will still finish and it will still hit the enemy. So we need to do a check before we are actually throwing our spell to check if we're still in line of sight of our enemy. And this can be done inside the player script. So if I stop this right now and open up our player script, I'll have to find the attack method here. Let's go to that. In the attack here, we're simply just attacking without checking anything. So I actually have to make a check here around this part here where I'm trying to attack. So I need to make an if statement here that says if my target isn't null. Also just to make sure if my target dies while I'm attacking, then I would like to check if it's null. And in line of sight. So now before my spell is actually thrown here, if I do like this, and I also need to cut this one in here and save. Well, if I do like that, then I shouldn't be able to attack something behind me, because it checks if I'm in line of sight of whatever I'm trying to attack before I create my spell. So
So before I instantiate, actually, if props target is not null and in line of sight, then you could do that, I think. So if it's not null, that means that if attack attack means that you cast a spell. Okay, if it's not now in line of sight and then you start, and then once it's already there and you check again if it's in line of sight. That seems redundant.
If I save this now and jump back, this should work perfectly. Let's see. I select this one, start casting, and I select the enemy behind me, and then it just stops because it's
Hmm.
not in line of sight anymore. That's an okay way to do it, I think, because I can still attack this one, but if I start casting and switch my target and it's not in line of sight, well, then it stops. However, there's still one more thing we need to fix. For example, if I take my target number 1 and move it over here so that they're both in line of sight, well, then you'll see that I'll still be able to switch target. If I select this one up here and start casting and select here, then it switches to the last target that I had. And I would like it to attack the target I had when I started casting. Target that I had. Select this one up here and start casting and select here, then it switches to the last target that I had. Well, then it stops. However, there's still one more thing we need to fix. For example, if I take my target number 1 and move it over here so that they're both in line of sight, well, then you'll see that I'll still be able to switch target. If I select this one up here and start casting and select here, then it switches to the last target that I had. And I would like it to attack the target I had when I started casting. So to fix that, we will have to go to the attack function in the
ยังไลฟ์อยู่ไหมไม่มีใครคุยใน YouTube เลยน่าจะเป็นตอนเช้าด้วยแหละมั้งแต่ก็ลองขอเช็คดูเพราะบางครั้ง YouTube มันจะหลุด stream current bitrate is lower than recommended 6,000 kbps โอ้โหอันนี้ก็คืออันนี้คือ viewers เดี๋ยวนะ stream health good ก็โอเคใช่ไหม not bad อ่ะโอเคได้อยู่
player and make a transform called current target, and the current target needs to be equal to my target, just like so. So now the current target is the one we're going to use. So we're going to use current target here.
so ถ้าเรามีผู้เล่นอยู่ฝั่งเดียวกันอย่างนี้แล้วก็เทสถ้าเรากดตรงนี้เล่นปุ๊บแล้วกดข้างล่างก็จะไปข้างล่างเพราะว่ามัน inline of size แต่มัน change มัน inline of size แต่มัน change target ได้เพราะว่ามันเป็นทุกๆวินาทีใช่
And current
เราต้อง
target, use current, just like so.
current target ตอนเราปุ๊บเราต้องtrans transform current target เท่ากับ props target เอา current target นั้นมาเช็คว่า current target มัน null ไหม
So now the current target is the one we're going to use. So we're going to use current target here and current target there.
แล้วก็ my current target set ครับ current target
So if I save now and I jump in here and I start casting in Twitch, then it still attacks the target.
สมมติถ้าเรากด attack เราจะไม่มีเรากดตรงนี้เราเซตไปแล้วเราก็ attack แต่เรากดตรงนี้มันไม่ได้เพราะว่าตอนเรา attack มันเซตไปแล้วแล้วก็มันเช็คแล้วก็ create new instantiate แล้วก็ cast spell อะไรเรียบร้อย cast spell ก็คือพวกนี้เรียบร้อยแล้วอือฮึโอเคพอทำทุกอย่างนี้เสร็จปุ๊บถ้าเราเดินแปลว่าถ้าเราเดิน stop attack อ่ะถ้าเราเดินก็คือว่าตอนเรา cast spell เราบอกว่า it is not attacking ก็คือ cast spell นี้รอนตอนแต่ว่าตอนอัปเดตเราอัปเดต get input update handle layer is moving ปุ๊บมันจะ stop เลยโอเค เพราะว่า
that I had when I started casting. If I am going to, let's try to minimize. If I'm going to attack this one and delete it, if I could hit the right one while casting, let's see here. And I need to find this, the target, okay. So if I start casting here and delete it, then it also just stops casting if it disappears from the game, if it dies while I'm casting or something. So there's no errors there. So with that bug fixed, we can start creating our health bar over our enemy. So we are going to use the same technique for creating the health bar over the enemy as we did with our portrait up here. So basically I'm going to remove the extra enemy, and then we're just going to set this one up, and then we can duplicate it if we want more enemies. So on this target here, we will have to right click and say UI and create a canvas. So this is going to be our health canvas. The health canvas is going to have a health bar under it, but right now it's set to screen space overlay, which means it fills up the whole screen, but we need this health bar to follow the enemy around when he moves around. So to make sure that it does that, we will have to change this one from screen space overlay to world space. And with that done, we also have to make sure that, yeah, dynamic pixel per unit is 1 and reference it's fine. We can always adjust this if we are not interested in having it so large. So let's just try to set it up. So if I right click on the canvas and say UI and image, then I would like to set this image here to something like background. This is going to be my, let's see if we can find it here then, sprites portrait frame. We have this bar 1, that's what it's called. I'm going to use bar 1 as this one. So with that placed, we can move it into the screen. If you see the screen is right here. This is the whole canvas. This
we create a canvas สร้าง canvas ขึ้นมาแล้วก็ health canvas เปลี่ยนชื่อเป็น health canvas หลังจากนั้นเราเอา image เป็นพอเราได้ health canvas ไม่ใช่ overlay แต่เป็น wall space แล้วถ้าเราเอา image ก็ต้องเอา bar 1 แล้วถ้าเรากด F มันจะมาตรงนี้ก็ดูได้โอเค
the world screen. If I do this, you'll see it gets very large. So we'll actually have to move it over there and then just scale it down and move it in and scale it down like that. And now we have it on the screen, so you can just start scaling it down. So it has a size that fits the character here. Scaling it down. And now we have it on the screen, so you can just start scaling. It down, so it has a size that fits the character here. It's still very large. There we go. I think this will look okay. for this skeleton. Again, you can always scale it exactly as you want it. So this is going to be my background. I'm going to right click and duplicate
background.
it, and I'm going to call this one fill. This is my fill. I can put as a child object of the background, and the fill has to have the white bar, and then I'm going to change the color a little to some red color. And what else? I think it's a little too large, so I'm going to scale it a little down so there's some space in the ends. And in the top and the bottom, maybe a little too much space there. So if you want to see how it looks in game, you can always maximize and play and see how the actual bar looks. But again, you just need to scale it as you want it. There. I think that's fine for me. So when we've done this, we can start adding some scripts. If we go to the scripts here, we will have to add 2 new scripts. We need to add an NPC script. We're going to use that
NPC.
later.
So we create an NPC script.
And then we're going to add a
So we have ยังเหลือ19 20อันนี้อยู่ตอนที่18โอ้มี194 18อีก176
an enemy script. So the reason that I add an NPC script is because some functionality is split between NPCs like quests, give-ups and stuff, but enemies need some more functionality. So enemies need to inherit from NPC, and NPC needs to inherit from character.
แล้วก็ต้องมี enemy enemy
If we just had enemy and character, then we would have some functionality in enemy we wouldn't be using, or some functionality from the NPC that we would also be using in NPCs. So I think that's why I'm going to do that. So let's see, we have the NPC, and right now it's just going to inherit for character. And save this. And
NPC ก็เป็น character อันหนึ่งอยู่แล้วก็เลย inherit จาก character.
we have our enemy somewhere there, and it's going to inherit from NPC.
แล้วก็ enemy คือ NPC ใช่
There we go. Okay, so the first thing I would like to do is to
ถ้าเรามีไหม ที่เขาทำกับ Unity เป็น GTA โคลนสงสัย
Hello and
โอ้โห
welcome. In this course, you will learn professional game development using Unity Game Engine, and you will learn and develop GTA 5 game clone. So in
Is
this
this
course,
GTA
you
5?
will learn all the professional skills which are required for developing professional 3D games just like GTA 5. As you can see, you will learn and develop how to develop a professional inventory system for the player character weapons. So when the player character pick up any weapons, then it will be saved to the player inventory. As you can see, currently this player has picked up these 4 weapons. Now the player can pick out any weapon the player character want. Okay, let's take out the guns. Okay, then the player character can pick out any gun the player want. Okay, for example this one. Now let's pick out AI. Here you can see Trevor is now in the wanted level. So if any policeman see this player character whose name is Trevor, then he
You can drive a car ขับรถได้ด้วยเหรอ
kind of AI system for the humans, car controller system, that is with the help of which our player character will drive any car the player character want. As you can see, the player is driving this car from his home, and you can also see that in the map. That is, when the player character move the car, then it is also showing in the map. You will also learn how to develop a professional map.
GTA San Andreas. Okay, this seems possible.
Hello everybody, welcome back.
Character movement,
This controller,
3D.
finish it in, and you can see it on your character and menu.
Uh,
We're gonna maybe
Mobile phone, I think.
and stuff like that kind of going.
Dun, 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 dun. Linux. Should I try in Linux? Is this GT? Okay, let's try. อยากลอง อยากลอง assets plugin scene script audio UI editor game mode import networking settings command behavior game manager shader. Let's try. มาลองกัน data. No. Okay, this is for Linux. Okay, I can't. Do you have a Mac? A MacBook? Release. APK Windows. Windows Linux. Ooh. There's YouTube. Ah, okay. Yeah, let's see. มาดูกัน นี่เหมือนเลยอะเหมือนอยู่
You must want the DJ
โอ้ยอย่างเร็วเลย ยิงได้ด้วย
Scared. Me prefer the big batty out here. Them too skinny in Liberty City, too tiny.
That's so cool. Mm. Pac-Man. Wow. Okay.
To delete start and update because we're overriding them, and in NPC we have to do the same. You can see this green squishy lines because it hides inherited members, and that's because our character already has a start and an update function.
PC.
So we need to remove them so we don't remove the functionality here. So let's see. Let's go to our enemy. Inside the enemy we need to make a private canvas group and call it health group. And that's because I would like to show the health bar when we click on the enemy. And the easiest way to do that is just to make this, or the smartest way, because we would need the health group to update. Let's say the enemy loses health when we're not targeting him or something. Just to make sure we have the right amount of health when we click him next time, it will just fade out the health bar. If we just loses, we would, and that's because I would like to show the health bar when we click on the enemy. And the easiest way to do that is just to make this, or the smartest way, because we would need the health group to update. Let's say the enemy loses health when we're not targeting him or something. Just to make sure we have the right amount of health when we click him next time, it will just fade out the health bar. If we disable the game object, then the functionality is not going to run, and it's not going to update the game object when we don't have him target. That's our health group. Okay, so we need some take damage function and stuff. We'll add that later. And then we need a select function. So because of this new NPC script, we'll have to rewrite some functionality in the game maker for targeting right here, because we would need to be able to target all kinds of NPCs, which means if we have a quest window, we will also need to target him. So the code in here will have to be rewritten a little. So let's see. We can actually delete everything in here. Let's see here. And leave it like this right now. Okay, so your click target function is going to look like this. You have click target, you have input, you have your raycast, and you have your hit collider. Okay, so that's what we have right now. So now we are going to make a target. We have a current target, which is our NPC, so we need to go up here and make a private NPC current target. So first of all, when we click something, we need to check if our current target isn't null, because if we have
NPC, and this one. We need NPC here because we need to check if current target isn't null, then we do something.
a target already, then we need to deselect the target we already had. Say we have two enemies, I select one and start attacking it, then I click on the other one and need to deselect the one I already had on target. So basically we need to go to our NPC, and inside our NPC we have to make a function called deselect, and I think our character also needs it. Let's see here, maybe have some general functionality we should make. Or no, actually, let's just do it in the NPC. So we say public virtual void, because we want to be able to override it in the enemy, because maybe the enemy needs to do something extra when he's deselected. I'm not sure, so let's see, void deselect.
Virtual, okay. So public virtual void deselect.
And right now there's no functionality, and we will add that in a second, or in a minute or two, or maybe in the next video. But we just need the function so that we are sure that we are calling it. So let's see here, current target null. So we say current target dot deselect. Okay. So when I click a target, if I hit a target and I have a target already, then I deselect the current target. Hope that makes sense.
Why you deselected?
So when I have deselected the current target, I need to set the current target. So the current target is equal to hit dot collider get component NPC. I can't do like this. Well, get nope. Yeah, so I need to go through the collider there. So I get the NPC script. So I have my current target here, and then I need to set the player's target. So I say player dot my target. My target is right now transform, and I guess that's fine. So I need to return a transform from my current target, and I need to do that by adding a new function called select. So inside my NPC script, I have deselect here, and I have public virtual
Public virtual Really? NPC. Public virtual void select. Oops.
A transform called select.
Transform. Yes.
This is my select function. The select function needs to return a transform, and the transform is actually a hitbox for our NPC. And basically all characters needs a hitbox, so I can go to my character script, and inside the character script I can create a new hitbox. So let's just make a protected, what do we call it? It's a transform called hitbox. And
Correct. Protect transform.
basically we can serialize it so we can set it in our editor. So when we have that hitbox, we can go back to our NPC script and we can return hitbox like so. So now we have a select function. Notice that it's virtual, and that's because I want to override in another script later. So just keep in mind that it's virtual so we can expand it later. So if I go to Game Manager again, I can say that, well, my player target is equal to my current target, that hitbox. Oh, not that hitbox, sorry, dot select, there we go. So the reason I can do this is because the actual select function right there returns a transform. So it returns this. So I can set it equal to something, and then it throws this one out when we call it, and it returns it to target here. So now I have a target. What else? If I don't hit something, I need to make an else statement, and in that else statement I'll have to say, well, if my current target isn't null, so if I click somewhere else in my game where I can't select something and I have a current target, then I say current target dot deselect. So I just need to deselect it again, and then I simply also say my current target is null and my player dot my target is null, so I don't have a target for him anymore. And I think that's what we need to do to rewrite it. So now the enemy script will come into the picture, because if we look at the NPC, we have an empty function here, and we have something that only returns a hitbox here. So we need to go to our enemy and actually override those functions and add some extra functionality, because the NPC, and we have something that only returns a hitbox here. So we need to go to our enemy and actually override those functions and add some extra functionality, because the NPC might not have a health bar because maybe he's not killable. So that's why we're doing this in the enemy. When we're done with the game and the NPC needs a health bar, then we can merge the scripts, but as I'm thinking it right now, I don't want to kill my NPCs. So let's see here, we can override, we can say public override transform, select, let's see here, there it is, select. And it's very important that you call the return base.select here, because if you forget to do this, then this code is not going to be called. So it's very important you override it and call the base, so you get the base functionality with it. What else? Then we say health group.alpha equals 1. So if you haven't guessed it, well, then this will make sure we can see the health bar when we select the target. So let's save and jump into Unity. And there's a few things we need to set up here. If I click on my target, there we go, I need to add the enemy script to him. So add component enemy. There, and you'll see he had a hit. Box and the health group. The health group is the health canvas here. Oh, sorry, no. We need to add a health group first. So the health canvas right now has nothing on it. That's called a canvas group. We need to click add component and write canvas group. And the group first. So the health canvas right now has nothing on it. That's called a canvas group. We need to click add component and write canvas group. And the alpha S1 is fine. And we can select the target and take the health canvas now and drag down here to health group. And then we have the hitbox. Well, the target has a hitbox here, so we can just move it all the way down here. When you're done that, just remember to save your scene. So with that done, we can select the health canvas and set the alpha to 0. So it's hidden, we can't see this. So now when I play the game and I click on my target here, it should show the health bar. Let's try. I click on him and the health bar shows up. And right now deselect is not created, so I can't deselect him. Or the health bar doesn't disappear, at least when I deselect it. Right. you can see there's something called, there's some missing things here because I added the enemy script and the enemy inherits from character and NPC, and the NPC is trying to access a rigid body and an animator, and we will need those two things at some point. So we can actually do something smart so that we don't get these errors here when we attach a new script.
Nice, Jan. Thank you.
What I can do is that I can go into my script here, and I can move to my character and go all the way to the top here, and I can write without those extra lines. I can make a bracket called require component, and I can write type of, then I can write rigid body 2D, so, and I can write another one, require. Let's just copy this one, paste it here, and say animator, like so. So if I save this now, after I've written these two lines, save it and jump to Unity, and I go to my target, and if I remove the enemy script and say add component, enemy again, then you'll see it added the enemy script, and it added a rigid body, and it added an animator. So now I have a rigid body and an animator by default when I add the script, and that's because my character script requires them. Then I can write that and make sure that they are attached to the game object from start.
I see. So what was the code? Required component. Okay. Required component. Required component. Rigid body 2D, and we have animator.
Like so. So if I save this now, after I've written these two lines, save it and jump to Unity, and I go to my target,
Unity, and then okay, target, move, and then add a script. Then this thing should be below here. Oops. Oopsie. Enemy script. Okay. Because the enemy should have rigid body, correct? Rigid body. And an animator. Cool.
added, and this to the game up, and I need to attach the hitbox, and I need to attach the health canvas again.
So I need to attach target. Hitbox is this one. That's my where I should travel. A group, yes.
So that's a smart little thing you can do so that you're sure that the right components follow your scripts. So right now the gravity scale is 1, need to remove it else it's going to fall. And
Gravity skew. Zero.
And yeah, it doesn't have a controller. It might complain that it doesn't have a controller attached. Yeah, animator is not playing an animation controller. Really doesn't matter. It's just some warnings. We don't really care about them right now until we animate our enemy. If you're annoyed about it, you can always go to controllers and create a new animator controller and call it enemy controller. Select your target and take the enemy controller and put it right there. Now there should only be like one error and one warning that tells you that, yeah, we're trying to access a layer index. be like one. And take the enemy controller and put it controller, a new animated controller and call it enemy control.
Animation, animator controller, enemy, oops, enemy controller, and then we have this as enemy, and we need to add the controller for it. Enemy controller, yes. Oh no. So now if I look at the console, -1.
Select your target and take the enemy controller and put it right there. Now there should only be like one error and one warning that tells you that, yeah, so don't worry. So now we also need to remove the health bar when we deselect him. So deselect. It's alpha to 0. So now we can duplicate our target. Then I can actually switch between these two targets here.
Okay. So basically, if I remove this target and I copy again, oh, that's not right. This should be, what's that? What's this thing? Oh, is the health canvas? Seriously? So big. Make it small. Okay. And let's play. That's not good. Mm. So health canvas is this big. Can I see?
Duplicate our team and see that go back alpha. When you choose me to remove to the do that right there. Controller. So be like one error and one warning that tells you that, yeah, we tried.
Forget it. Okay. And in scene we have this. What's this? Oh, that's the. Okay. Target. Oh. Okay, I cannot move my. Terrible. controller. Okay. There. This one should be enemy controller. Everything is good. Let me get the hand. Why I can't move this guy? This guy should. Okay. Whoa. Can't move this guy at all. Somehow. This guy's stuck. Let me go to the. Oh, okay, that's too much. Can I move now? Okay, this. Okay, this I can move. Possible. Oh. Enemy controller. Where's my script? Deselect enemy. And this. Okay. Cool. I want to duplicate this and I can move. Why can't I move this guy? Layer clickable. That's not good. Okay. I need to get help with someone. Alright, โอเค ตอนนี้ก็พักก่อน 10 นาที Session number 3 is done. Let's go. สวัสดีครับผม
trying to access a
ทำไมขยับตัวนี้ไม่ได้ ว้าย target we have this field target ขยับไม่ได้ เพราะว่านี่เหรอนี่ นี่ 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 อ๋อ นี่ไงขยับได้ละทำไมมันต้องเป็นอันใหญ่ขนาดนั้นนะโอ้แล้วอันนี้คือ health canvas อุ้ย health canvas ใหญ่ขนาดนั้นเหรอ background ใหญ่ไป alpha โอ้โหเริ่มเลย
layer
อืม
warnings. We don't really control it might complete move it else or object cat script requires them. Then I can write that and make sure that they are attached to the game object from start. I just root my enemy canvas in. So that's a smart little thing you can do so that you're sure that the right components follow your script.
โหคอมค้างเลย โอ้ย
It doesn't have a controller. It might have a controller attached. Yeah, I made a controller. It doesn't matter.
เหมือนจะแหลก Windows Server อีกแล้ว โอ้โห encoder overload encoding overloaded ใช้ GPU ได้ไหม CPCR hardware software Apple อ๋อต้องใช้นี่เหรอum, I think this is good no okay backup failed sure yes I can't do backup when I'm alright okay พี่ตื่นเช้าจัน7 โมง ใช่ครับ ประมาณ ผมตื่น วันนี้ ตื่นตี 5:15ครับ ตื่นตี 5:15แล้วก็เริ่ม โค้ดประมาณ 6 โมงมั้งใช่
in
อืมอืมทำไมทำไมมันต้องเป็นอันนี้อ่ะ ไม่เข้าใจ
enemy fault when that appear. So yeah, warnings, target error in one warning that tells you that. Yeah, don't worry. So group attack. We should be able to click on him to see the health bar and click somewhere else to hide it. So now we can actually locate our target and move him over here. play it again. Then I can actually switch between these two.
โอเค ตอนนี้ก็น่าจะได้แล้วมั้ง ความร้อน โอเค ได้อยู่ กดปึ๊บ ปึ๊บ 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 attack อืมชิวโอ้โห
Two targets here without any problems. So now it's easy to see which one we are going to attack, right? Help. Consider clicking the support link on the screen to see how you can support me and get something back in return.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom.
So
Commit Unity version control อันนี้ก็ feature จะเป็น enemy health bar oops โอ้ยโอ้ยโอเค feature enemy health bar save all checkedโอเคลุย
in this video we are going to kill our enemies, but there is one little thing we will have to fix first. I noticed there's a bug if I attack something and I detarget it while attacking. We will get a null reference exception because we can't. In this video we are going to kill our enemies, but there is one little thing we will have to fix first. I noticed there's a bug if I attack something and I detarget it while attacking. We will get a null reference exception because we can't reach whatever is in line of sight. So we need to go to this line of code inside line of sight that makes the error, and here we'll have to check if we have a target before we do that. So if my target isn't null, so if we have a target, then we are allowed to throw a target isn't null. So if we have a target, then we are allowed to throw a raycast in the right direction. Let's try to save and do like this. Right direction. Have a target, then we are allowed. To throw a raycast in the right direction. So let's try to save, and now it should just stop. a tagging because we don't have a target anymore when we're done here. Do like this, you'll see that it just stops attacking because we don't have the target anymore. And
It's awesome. I don't understand why I can move with this, but I can't move this. Because this is okay. Let me ask.
How you guys doing? Don't mind the dead.